Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Inspire Me. Today we are with a beautiful and an inspiring female entrepreneur here in Colombo. She's Portia Emerson, the founder CEO of this beautiful brand, The Bride Tribe. How are you, Portia?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So the entire team is super excited to have you in the segment today. So giving a brief introduction to Portia, she started her venture in 2019. Within a very short period of time, I would say that she has been able to capture the heart, the love, and the attention of a massive audience across Sri Lanka with her brand. To explain a little about her brand, she is into the accessories and the decors that you need for your bachelorette party, for your baby shower, for any party that you are organizing for your friends, for your family, to whatnot. So we have a whole range of items that she has in her portfolio, and while we are having the conversation with Portia, we will be able to walk you through these as well. So without further ado, let's get started. But first, let's give the credit to the people who gave us this space. We are in Cauldron today in Colombo. So, Team Cauldron, thank you so much for having us today and giving us this space for the segment. So, my first question, Portia, is how do you define yourself? Did you want to be an entrepreneur on your own, come up with your own venture since childhood, or did this idea cross your mind randomly? How do you define yourself?
I would see myself as just an ordinary girl who couldn't imagine sort of sitting behind a desk from 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I always had this idea that I wanted to start something of my own, and so last year I knew that, irrespective of how scary and challenging that felt, I needed to take that leap of faith and follow something that I was truly passionate about.
Were you in a corporate job before getting into the Bride Tribe?
Yes, I was in corporate from 2012 up until last year.
It's very strange that a lot of people in corporates are switching into their own ventures, but it's a good norm. That is why Inspire Me has been able to inspire you, ladies out there, with the strategies that people like Portia has pursued to become successful with their brands. So thank you for that. Now let's talk about your whole concept of Bride Tribe. People come up with very bright ideas and they try to convert that into ventures. That is what you also have done. But what you have done is something unique, Portia. So it's not into the regular ventures that we see on Instagram, on Facebook every day. It's a niche, I would say, that you have picked. So how did this idea cross your mind? Is this a result of research, or is this has this been your passion into decors and event planning and things like that? Did you have a neck and a soft corner for these things for many years? How did this idea come through?
So I think the whole event planning concept, my mom is a wedding planner. Okay, so I think that sort of trickled down onto me as well. But the funny thing about the idea of Bride Tribe as a venture came to me during a really good friend's bachelorette party, where once everything was done, we were just seated and chatting about how difficult it was to find like products that are unique with good quality, that are actually affordable to the masses in Sri Lanka.
So these are the decors that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Finding these.
So that's when the idea kind of hit me. Hey, you know what? Why don't I start something like this? And yeah, that's basically how the idea of Bride Tribe came.
Yeah. So as you heard and as you said quite clearly, Portia, these are not well strategized and a lot of research and development put into place. Why I asked this question was a lot of people freak out when they want to do this transition from corporate to on their own, because what they always think is, okay, does this demand a lot of research? I have never studied the market, I have not done the market analysis. very big words are coming into our heads. So these are the individuals, the ordinary girls, like she said about herself, who had taken the risk and converted a regular idea that she had come across during a party of a friend, which has converted into a very impactful, positive, vibe spreading brand, which is the Bride Tribe. So that is, I think, a definite lesson to girls out there who want to start something on your own. It does not require heavy research, analysis, and all that. Just find the passion that you have in you. Something that it can be a very small thing that you love truly. There is always a way to convert that into a venture or an initiative. So think about it. So yeah, then next, of course, you have come across this bright idea. You have converted it into a business. Now it's a brand that's been getting a lot of love from people across the country. You have told me that not only from Colombo but the suburbs to outstation people in Anuradhapur, Pulanarva, Madura, even girls from those areas are your customers. So this means how much these decors have grabbed the attention and the love of the customers. So let's talk about your support system, Portia. So yes, you have independently, individually built this brand to what it is, but I'm sure there is a support system that motivates you, that's holding you from behind. It could be your family or anyone whom you are in a relationship with, your friends. Then, of course, we have to give some credit to people who are delivering your stuff to your customers, then your suppliers. Let's talk about your support system. What my question is, it's not easy to survive alone. So we were in isolation, we were in lockdown for 3 months. That does not mean that we were locked in a room all by ourselves. That gave us a chance to bond with our family. That proved to us that being in isolation does not mean being with yourself. It's about, at the end of the day, you need your loved ones to support you. And we have heard some people, particularly in the young generation, where people say we don't need anyone, we can survive alone. These are the things that come into certain people's minds, and unfortunately, these are encouraged by social media also very badly. So that is why I wanted to ask you: is a support system important? I think it's obviously yes. If so, what is your support system? Who includes in that? And how do you maintain this support? Is there any strategy that you have to maintain these relationships? Do you allocate a specific amount of time with each of these people in your support system so that they will be with you? Let's talk about that.
In terms of support system, obviously, my family has been super supportive in terms of me quitting my 9 to 5 and just putting like my whole time into growing the Bride Tribe. In addition, I have some really good friends who are super supportive. They are always there to share my page, share my posts, and just help spread the word. And I've also found a really good support system in other female entrepreneurs who are always there to sort of encourage and give each other shout outs, where it's very hard to find people like that these days because they're always in competition with you and they're always like, okay, if I do support her, that means am I going to lose business? But I found 2 or 3 really close, good female entrepreneurs who I think we support each other in spreading the word of our brand, and that has been super helpful as well.
So, do you have any advice for the upcoming female entrepreneurs as to how they should develop a support system, and what sort of things they should do to make sure that this support system stays with them, without getting into unwanted arguments, very unpleasant situations. There is a stereotype thinking that women usually and frequently get into unnecessary problems when it comes to working with women. So any advice that you have for them, what sort of personalities should they become when they want to, work with other people, be friendly with other people? Any advice
I
like
think
that?
the most important thing is just be respectful of another person's opinion. I know it's easy to get defensive when you grow something from scratch because it's essentially your baby, and another person's what they believe is their opinion or their constructive criticism can sometimes sound offensive to you because you've grown this brand. And I think what's important is to try and not to take things too personally,
Yeah.
and just taking whatever they have to offer, whether you use it or not, is a different story. But just take what they have to say and just be respectful of whoever it is you're dealing with, whether it's your suppliers, your customers, anyone who's supporting you, because all these people you need if you need to grow your business.
Exactly. So being respectful is has definitely helped her in maintaining a good relationship with her entire support system, and giving the due credit for everyone, including your family who supports you continuously, is also very important. So by and large, I would say being grateful for what you have and being respectful for what you have is key when it comes to maintaining the support ecosystem that you have around you, because at the end of the day you can have the best brand under the sun, but if you don't have the support to take it to go to market with it, in very simple terms, it will not last long. So that's the message that Portia wants to share, and what I also personally agree with. We are in conversation with Portia Emerson, the founder CEO of the Bride Tribe. We have more interesting things to discuss in this conversation. So let's get into the rest of it. All right, we are in conversation with Portia Emerson from Bride Tribe. She has come up with a very interesting idea at a party that she was organizing for her friend, and that idea today has converted into her venture, her source of income, and her identity, which is the Bride Tribe, and it's available for everyone across Sri Lanka right now. Who knows whether she will expand it to other countries as well one day. Let's wish her success to get that done, isn't it? So our next question, Portia, is about the traits or the characteristics of an entrepreneur. So I'm sure people change, things change, life changes, life of everyone across the world has significantly changed with the unfortunate incident happened with COVID. So likewise, change is the most consistent thing in the world. So people also pursue change in terms of qualities, in terms of their thinking, uh, in terms of a lot of things. So when it comes to qualities and the way you think, Portia, 5 years back or 10 years back, the version of Portia might have had certain qualities that you have let gone today because you did not want those bad qualities to affect Bride Tribe one day, because this is not another brand that is separate. So it's not a separate element from your life. I believe this is an element that's bound with your life. It has become a part and parcel of your lifestyle. So like how Inspire Me has become a part of my life. So is there anything that you have let go on in terms of qualities to make sure that it will not harm your brand? And is there any quality that you have developed in yourself or improved in yourself that has helped you to develop the brand to what it is and be who you are today?
I think the most important trait that I had to sort of develop is to be a risk taker. Naturally, I've always been a very risk averse person, and I think that's probably why I stayed as long as I did in a corporate job. And the biggest risk that I took was to just quit everything and decide to put my full focus on this. Um, but it has been the most rewarding opportunity because of that. And since then, I've always told myself that irrespective of what risk I take in this business every single day, that I will always find a way to make it work. The second thing I think I had to sort of develop was to learn to believe in myself more and develop on my self confidence. Um, and because I didn't have a choice. I had to learn. If I didn't believe in myself, I couldn't expect anyone else to believe in me or believe in the brand that I was trying to put out there. So that's something that I've had to work really hard on, and I think looking back on the past year, my self confidence has grown by leaps and bounds. A is by the amazing customer feedback that I have gotten, which has helped give me that confidence boost of, I'm doing something right. And that has helped me overcome a lot of challenges that I have faced in this business as well. And I think the third most important thing that I had to focus on is time management, because there are days when you get 10, 15 orders a day, and when you're the only person that's packing it, that's sending out the order confirmations, that's communicating with the courier, you have to juggle so many things at once. And when I did start this, I was doing it simultaneously with my 9 to 5. So time management was something that was very important that I had to work on, to make sure that I never miss an order and that everything always went out on time.
All right. So managing your time, whether you are doing your own venture alone or whether you are juggling your corporate job with your venture, managing your time and few other things that you mentioned in terms of qualities what Portia has developed out of what you said, time management has really captured me, because that I also personally believe that it's very important for you to sort your priorities. That would be all of it what you mentioned, including the time management portion, is definitely helpful advice to everyone out there who wants to stand on your own feet. So I believe it's very good advice that you shared, Portia, with the audience. So, last but not least, we want to find out what she has to offer in terms of suggestions or advice to the next generation female entrepreneurs. So, by and large, Portia, is there anything that you would like to pass on as an advice, because you are typically a person who had shifted from a completely different environment, a corporate environment, to standing on your own feet, which might have been giving you daunting challenges, but you have successfully overcome all of that and built your brand to what it is today. Is there any other advice, except for what you already said, that you want to share with the audience?
I think the most important thing in being a female entrepreneur is always stay true to yourself. Um, if your heart's not in it, don't do it. And don't get so caught up in trying to earn money that you forget why you started what you did in the first place and why this is your passion. Um, if you don't like something, just don't do it. You call the shots at the end of the day, and always make sure that you do you. The second thing I can say is don't provide a product or a service that you wouldn't purchase yourself. Always put yourself in the shoes of your target customer and see, okay, if this product was provided to me at this price, would I buy it? And if your answer is no, then that's not something that you should provide, because if you can't stand by your own brand and if you can't convince yourself that this product is good, then there is no way that you can convince an entire country or international clientele to purchase what you're offering. And I think finally, what I can say is your customer service is of paramount importance. Um, Sometimes you get clients asking you details on 10, 15 products, or and they will ask you the same question and over again, and sometimes they might not end up buying anything. Um, but it doesn't mean that you can lose your temper or be rude to them. Even if they ask you a million questions, just be patient, give them clear and concise answers, and I think that will help take you a long way, because building that customer loyalty and building a loyal customer base is eventually what will help you grow your brand.
Staying true to yourself, doing something that you truly believe in yourself, by yourself at the first place, and being respectful to your entire support system who's supporting you day in day out, and basically putting your heart and soul into what you are doing. So these are few things, few very important points that she highlighted during this conversation, and those are the secret ingredients of her recipe to success that has brought her to where she is today. So she has started something that she personally believes in. She believes in her brand, the value that a brand creates to her customers, and she has been always respectful with whomever that she has dealt with, her suppliers, her customers, her distributors, as in the delivery stakeholders, her family, her friends, with everyone. She has been truly respectful. That also has contributed to her success, and on top of all that, her respect that she has for her customers, to make the customers satisfied and delighted, the effort she puts into it also has taken her a long way. So these are key takeaways, takeaway points for the next generation female entrepreneurs out there. And I believe this was a very helpful discussion where all our ladies can learn a lot of points. If you are a person who wants to, who has a bright idea in you, and if you want to convert it into something like what Portia has done with Bright Tribe, I think today you learned quite a bit from Portia, a lot of lessons. So it's just a matter of putting them into action now, because she has set the platform with a lot of direction for you. So thank you, Portia, for your time. You are in a very busy schedule, and Inspire Me team, and I am truly grateful for allocating your time, a few minutes from that, to enlighten an audience that is aspiring to become someone like you. That is the objective of Inspire Me. So she has a wonderful, fantastic, a gorgeous collection of a lot of decors. So as you can see, these are some bridal shower, bachelorette party, I will say, decors that she has. So she has a wide range of these decors, and these are some bridal robes that she has. So I'm personally in love with these. Whether you are going to be a bride or not, these are very beautiful things that you would want to have with you. So these are few of the bridal robes, the decors, and the sashes that she has in her range. And you can place your orders for these items on Instagram and Facebook. So let's succinctly tell Portia how they can contact you if someone wants to place an order with you, or if someone wants to talk to you about an idea or about some advice related to how to pursue this journey. Let's just tell how they can reach out to you on your social media platforms.
Yeah, you can either directly DM underscore the Bright Tribe SL, or the Bright Tribe SL on Facebook and Instagram.
Alright, so the links to her Facebook platforms, Facebook and Instagram platforms are below this video in the description. So follow her on Facebook and Instagram at underscore the Bright Tribe. Yeah, on that is her Facebook, and that's her Instagram handle. So we will be putting all those links below this video. So please do subscribe. So that brings us to the conclusion of this segment. Please follow Inspire Me on Facebook and Instagram at Inspire Me. Also, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe and hit on the bell icon as well. So every time we have a segment with an interesting personality like Portia Emerson, you will be notified then and there. So we will get in touch with you very soon with another exciting segment. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.